Hey folks, Jay Barino here. Welcome back. Continuing StarCraft Remastered. We are on the 4th mission of the Protoss Brood War campaign, the quest for Uraj. Protoss fleet orbiting the planet Braxis. How exciting, we're on the new snow tile set. Woohoo.
Now then, Kerrigan. Perhaps you had best explain yourself. What is this news you've come to give?
There is a new overmind growing on Char.
What? Impossible. Why should we believe anything you have to say?
Because, Zeratul, I'm no longer the mindless murderess whom you fought on Char. The overmind is dead. Whatever warped control it once had over me is gone. I know that this is a lot to take in all at once, but you've got to believe me. There's more at stake here.
She lies. She is infested to the core. I, for one, will not listen to any of this.
Silence, Judicator. Continue, Kerrigan.
Apparently, many of the renegade Cerebrats, commanded by Dagoth, have merged into a new overmind. Fortunately, the creature is still in its infant stages. It can't control the swarm yet, but Dagoth and the others still have control over most of the broods. The 2 Cerebrats you killed here were part of Dagoth's forces. Look, I don't need to tell you all what might happen if that thing reaches maturity. I can guarantee you that should it awaken, it'll take full control of me, just like it did before. I don't want that to happen, and I'm pretty sure you don't want it to happen either.
Even if what you say is true, our priority is to save this world, not assault the new overmind. We must find the crystals Uraj and Kalis before we are all vanquished.
Then I'll help you with your search. If you can defeat the renegade Zerg gathered here, it'll weaken the efforts of Dagoth and his ilk.
My children, you must put aside your fears and misgivings to accomplish what must be done. For the time being, Kerrigan will assist you in your endeavors. Though she has been your enemy, it is enough that we share the same agenda now. Allow her time enough to prove herself to you, and you may find her to be a valued ally. For now, you must focus on the task at hand. Search for the Uraj on the planet Braxis, and let nothing stop you from recovering it.
We will do what you ask, Matriarch. But you cannot expect us to forgive Kerrigan's crimes against our race. Executor, prepare our forces. We shall debark for the planet Braxis before the next moonrise.
These are some pretty lengthy briefings compared to the original StarCraft when you think about it. Okay. I dislike the beginning of this map because they force you against your will to have Reavers. There they are. Not to mention, Reavers then also, they use all of your resources. So what I'm going to do is just have them squirm back and forth forever. Until Kerrigan shows up, basically. So let's destroy some SCVs. There she is. So the goal is, yeah, let's get rid of these SCVs. They're attacking my probes.
Something to me, Zeratul. Why would your people leave such a secret crystal in the hands of these Terrans?
We didn't. Long ago, this world was a Protoss colony called Kirador. When the strife between our tribes escalated, this planet and the Uraj crystal were abandoned. These Terrans have come here only recently.
Okay, that's all the scarabs you get to use today. Let's go ahead and throw down our Nexus. Just gotta get started here as soon as possible. Kerrigan, you need to be contributing here. There we go. And then we're just gonna sit around and wait. What's new? Any of these maps where you just start with nothing. Ugh. Okay, let's get a pylon over here. Not a lot of space in this opening base. Actually, let's destroy this factory first. Figure out exactly where we want to place our buildings. Okay, yeah, there's the space that we're looking for. So let's just go ahead and throw a pylon like here. Now, I don't know when the AI comes online per se. I think it might have to do with when you finish your base. It might have to do with a timing, something timing related. These Reavers I'm going to use to help clear out the Terran base that's down here for an expansion, but after that we can say goodbye to them. You know, I used to be afraid of Reavers, but now I mostly just have a severe disdain for them. I don't think that's how fear works in real life. I think typically you're just, if you're afraid of something, you're just afraid of it forever, right? I mean, I guess there's some people face their fears, but I wonder if you're afraid of flying, do you ever really get over it? I don't know. I'm asking this question and I'm being serious. Like, is that something you can get over? Like, I understand I've seen where like people have been forced to go on flights. They're like, oh, I'm horrified of this, but yeah, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to fly. I'm going to be horrified, terrified the whole time. And the question is, like, do they ever get over it?
We have a problem. Our warp matrix was damaged during transit. Because of the extensive damage, we will be unable to warp in stargates to this location.
Okay, no stargates, that's fine, considering there's nothing to stargate that I think is worth building. You know, Corsairs are fine, I guess. Anyway, we're gonna be waiting forever while this base gets set up. And I wonder, has anyone ever had a fear, like a phobia, that they've gotten over? Like, if you're afraid of spiders, do you think anybody who studies insects was ever afraid of spiders, and they're like, oh no, I'm over it now? I don't know. I don't think I have any intense fears that could be classified that way. I don't know. Let's make some more. Let's back up here. Okay, turn and fight. Silly Reavers. Okay. That's fine. Let's get back in there. And again, just using Reavers to clear this out, but then it will be my joy to not use them again. Maybe in the last mission we'll use them, the last Protoss mission, because they're pretty good. Yeah, I was gonna say, can you please attack the fellas here who actually need to be attacked? All right, you run away. You guys get down the ramp. Kerrigan, attack. Yeah, hit him with the bottle opener, Kerrigan. That's what she's best at. Okay, Reavers. You're basically retired at this point. We might use you to destroy a few more bunkers. But the sooner we can take that base, the better. I'm trying to think if I have any phobias. Like, I get nervous on planes. Not, like, very nervous. Just a little nervous. Like, every time we're about to take off, I think, like, maybe I should call my parents and tell them that I love them, you know? But that's it. But it was like, anytime I fly, my parents are always like, let us know when you land, when you get there. And, you know, I feel like that's normal parent behavior. But at the same time, I just think, like, what, are you expecting that I'm going to, like, is there, like, a high chance that I'm going to pass away on this flight? Is that, if there's a plane crash, you're probably going to hear about it. It's not a very common thing. But every time I get on a plane and we start taking off and you get that little dip in your stomach when the plane is taking off and then you kind of level out at a certain height, I just think like, well, I guess this is it. And I just sort of have to come to terms with my own mortality every time I get on a plane. Again, not really a phobia because I'm not terrified and I get over it very quickly. And I don't know, is that normal? Do most people, I fly like maybe 4 or 5 times a year, maybe more. 5 round trips a year, possibly more depending on if there's, business travel, whatever. Is that normal for typical travelers? If there's a lot of turbulence, honestly, I don't even get afraid at turbulence. Turbulence doesn't really bother me. Because I feel like turbulence is very normal, but there's just something about every time I fly, just business as usual flying, I get a little nervous. We're gonna be sitting around here for a while, unfortunately. Then the other question that I have about people who fly a lot is, what is the deal with these airplane snacks? Am I right? So, I was walking our dog Coco down the boardwalk the other day, and trying to figure out the best way to tell this story because it's sort of at someone else's expense. It's at a stranger's expense, but I think that's kind of part of the story and explain. I kind of feel bad about it, but my dog loves meeting people. She loves them. She's so happy to meet everybody. And we're still trying to get her acclimated to the city. Like, she kind of is iffy around a bunch of, like, there's a lot of different dogs. But when any person who tries to give her, like, a little bit of attention, she goes crazy. She loves it. We're trying to teach her not to jump on people. So you kind of have to ignore her a little bit when she's jumping to show, like, you don't get pet when you're jumping, whatever. Anyway, I was out with her the other day, and, business as usual walk. Things are going well. And we were walking down the boardwalk, and there's these 2 women who were sitting on a bench, they're talking, and there's a stroller there, and Coco, she does not really aggressive or anything. I mean, she just gets excited, like I said, she's not aggressive, but she starts wagging her tail and pulls just a little bit towards these women, and I just keep walking. What are you doing, Reaver? Did you not have a... Yeah, you had a scarab. What are you doing? See? Stupid Reavers. Classic. And they're wasting their money now. Congrats. Okay, well, that was too many shots. Anyway, so they looked fine. They actually, I think one of them kind of smiled, so I just sort of stopped. I didn't stop completely. I just like backed up just a little bit, and just to kind of give her some leeway on the leash. What is going on with these Reavers? Why can they not shoot from range? God, stupid Reavers, you're awful. You're awful. I can't wait to destroy you. They must not have any. No, they have scarabs. Shoot. Oh my God. And then once she starts, I didn't let her go further towards the people. She was just going on her normal leash lead, and the woman goes, actually, I'm actually pretty afraid of dogs, and her voice kind of raises up because Coco just moved towards her just a little bit, and again, she's on a leash, and so I started moving away, and Coco does like a little hop, not even a lunge, but just a tiny little hop. It's hard to describe this, but she's on a leash, and the leash is taut, so it's like it's clear she's not going anywhere. And the woman, again, is the one, she must have had a stroller. She goes, I have a baby with me. And it was like pure terror. I've never been responsible for someone being that afraid of anything, ever. It was a strange feeling, because I felt absolute guilt. Because, like, this woman can't help that she's afraid of dogs. It's just something, like, you can't really control. Like, what, are you going to go to therapy because you're a little afraid of dogs? No. I think it's a pretty normal fear. Some people just don't like dogs. Whatever. But the terror in her voice... I feel bad laughing about it, but the way that she was like, no, don't let your dog attack me, I have a baby, not the baby! And again, the story is basically at her expense, which is terrible. You know, this stranger doesn't deserve that, but here I am talking about it anyway. And it was almost too funny to not share, and it shouldn't be funny, but that's what like, some people, they have fears, and I guess, like, once you're old enough, you realize, like, some fears that I have are a little illegitimate, like flying. For me, I guess I have that mild, like, weird fear where I just have to come to terms with my own mortality every time I'm getting on a plane, even though statistically nothing's going to happen to me. Like, you just walking to work every day, I'm more likely to get murdered easily. And you'd think when you get to a certain age, like dogs, especially in the area where we live, very, very common occurrence. And again, I'm not going to fault her for freaking out a little bit, but I don't know. It was just something about, like, the sheer terror. I felt terrible. I felt so bad. But it was also kind of funny. Let's be straight about that. It was... I've never had that kind of power over someone. I could have just this is so mean. This says so much about me as a person that you probably never knew. But I don't mean this. This is an anecdote for time we're spending together on the internet. But oh my God, just that feeling of, like, I could inch a little bit closer, and this woman, it's like life or death for her, right? What a thrill that is to imagine. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's bring the Reavers down and finish up this Terran base. We'll go through the back. I think there's, like, a random ghost up on top of one of these areas. We'll storm him if we can get him to see us. There we go. That should kill him. But I feel like it's something that I will never forget. Just no, I have a baby with me. And this happened over the course of like 10 seconds. I didn't let Coco get closer to her. She just moved towards her on the lead of the leash that was available to her. And I guess I'm trying to frame this in a way such that I don't come across as a bad person, because I've already spoken about how I thought it was kind of a funny experience. And now I'm like, wait, no, actually, I get it. Yada, yada, yada. Don't worry, you know, I wasn't me. I didn't purposely let her get close or whatever. But it's... I guess now I realize after telling the story that I should have framed it in a different way, because wow, do I sound like a terrible person now. But it's just one of those, I'll never forget the tone of this woman's voice, ever. But also, using your child for defense, that's like jumping off of, jumping off of a boat that's sinking. Like, no, you have to let me in the lifeboat, I have a baby with me. That's what you use that excuse. I have a baby with, not when a friendly, excited dog is moving towards you because they want a pet. And I understand, some people don't understand the difference between a dog that's excited because it wants pets versus a dog that's aggressive, right? Especially somebody who's afraid of dogs. I don't expect that. That's an absurd ask. I would never expect someone to know that. But I guess, you know, like leaning back on your kid, man. Like, look, I have a stroller. You can't let your rabid dog at us. Coco's she's an eater of children. She is. She devours children. That's my dog. I should have named her Devours Children. Coco, yeah, you're a meanie. Eating those kids. That's what you're up to. What you been up to outside? You're always on a leash with us when you're outside, but I know when we're not looking, you're over there eating those kids. It's so weird. That's so weird. Okay, I'm wasting way too much money on these scarabs here. I think we're done. We're done making scarabs now. We're gonna take this base, and we're on the downhill trend of the map. All right, Mr. and Mrs. and Child Reaver, your little Reaver family. You're being retired. See you never. It's a good thing I just wasted a bunch of money making scarabs. Okay, well, we got some gas. Let's make an Archon. Okay, hopefully I don't regret doing that, but, you know, fuck Reavers, right? Let's grab a probe. Come on down here. I have a baby with me! And I'm not exaggerating. That's how she sounded. I felt bad, but was also laughing about it at the same time. I don't know how else I can describe it. It's like, it's black comedy. It's something like you can't help but think was funny, even though you feel guilty about it. I'm trying to think of another example of that. Sort of like, not really quite Schadenfreude. I wouldn't say Schadenfreude is the right way to describe it either. All right, let's keep getting our ground upgrades. But Coco's a little sweetie. My concern is, like, she gets too excited with people, so like I had mentioned, we're working on her doing better with meeting people because she loves people, but she jumps on them. So the problem is she's a very, very cute dog, and I'm sure everybody who has a dog says that. My dog is the best looking dog. She's so cute, yada, yada, yada. I get it. That's probably a common thing for people to say. But my dog is legitimately cute, and I have evidence for that. And it's because every person likes to, like, not every, okay, a lot of people. She gets a lot of attention outside, way more than most dogs. All right, you see some dogs walking down the street, you think, do I want to approach that dog? Do I want to go out of my way to talk to a stranger to ask if I could pet their dog? More people than you'd expect with my dog. Way more people. It's shocking. I would never approach someone and say, "Can I pet your dog?" My dog gets pet all the time by strangers. It's weird. Anyway, the point of this is I think there's some evidence there to say that my dog is she's a cute dog. Maybe one of these days I'll put a picture of her in the Jay Barino Facebook or the Jay Barino Discord. You'll be able to check her out. But she's a good-looking dog. So people approach her all the time. And the thing is, when someone approaches, they want to pet your dog, they don't, you know, unless I, the owner, have to be like, hey, you know, she's in training. If she jumps, you need to turn around. Like, that's a lot. That's a mouthful. Most of the time I say nothing. They say, like, can I pet your dog? And I just go, sure, she's friendly. And that's it. And then they go and they pet her and it's over. But she sits for him and then she tries to leap up on him. It's a pain. And, but otherwise I have to give him the spiel like, well, she's in training. I mean, she's 5 years old. We adopted her. Like, she's, like, not really training. She's old enough now. Like, it's not like she's going to be improving very much. There's a lot she can learn, but we have to do some counter conditioning. If she's used to meeting people and jumping on them, that's a lot of work. And then every person we meet, I guess we have to be like, well, you know, she's in training, so, you know, if she jumps, you gotta turn around. And, you know, I don't know if you know this about dog behavior, you know, yada. It's just like a spiel. I don't want to have to do it. But I guess if we want to train her to not jump on people, that's what we have to do. But that's the only way. You have to ignore them when they're doing something you don't want them to do, especially a dog that loves attention and people. I'm just going to wall this in. I don't need to be going down this way anymore. We're very close to having what we need. We're not going to need too much more to complete this. It looks like the Terrans don't even have... They don't even have siege mode yet, which is awesome. Let's keep getting upgrades. I do have a second forge. Let's grab level 2 shields. I regret making shields in retrospect. Oh, yeah. Look at all these idle probes. That's the Jay Barino we know and love. But I am a relatively new dog owner. New pet owner. Never, I mean, I've talked about this in a previous episode in this series. I talked about the fish. I've had some fish that I've murdered that I won from carnivals. But other than that, you know, no prior pet experience. Okay, got some wraiths coming in. Yeah, we're doing fine. I could have kept the Reavers here, but if we make enough zealots, we'll be in just fine shape. In fact, I'm going to make some gateways down here. And some more pylons. We got plenty of space. But I knew my wife was really into getting a dog, and I knew I wanted a pet, but I'm also the kind of person that I'm like, I'm ambivalent, I could take it or leave it. But I knew that if I did get a dog, or I'm very allergic to cats, but I figured if I do get a pet, I'm gonna get really, really attached, and I have. The thing is, though, when I saw her the first time, like, oh, she's cute. She's a cute dog. But now it's been like 2 months, and I'm like in love with this thing. She's great. She's very chill and not much of a problem. You roll on the dice when you adopt a dog. You never know what kind of attitude you're gonna get. And she's perfect. She's a very chill, laid-back dog. She relaxes a lot. She's very well trained, except for the jumping thing, which we're trying to get used to. She also, I'm pretty confident, grew up in a rural area, and we live in a city, and it's been pretty hard because, again, there's dogs everywhere, all new sights and sounds and smells. So, yeah, I'm a new dog owner. People who have owned dogs their whole life are like, dude, shut up. You have a pet dog. It doesn't matter. They're just there now. They're in your house. You get over it. Like, that's that's owning a dog now. Just keep getting more Archons. Yeah, it's a big deal for me because I've not experienced that. So there's just like a level of like unconditional love that you get from a pet. I mean, if you treat it well, obviously. You treat a pet well, it just like loves you, and it's a great feeling. She gets excited every time I come home from work. It's great. That's part of it too. She jumps when I come home from work, so it's my own attitude. Like, oh man, I love it when she is so excited when I get home from work. But I have to ignore her so she doesn't jump. Sad. It's sad, but that's what you gotta do. I think we have enough. I'm just waiting for more upgrades, to be honest. I guess we could go. I don't regret killing those Reavers. In fact, I'm thrilled with it. That was the best decision I could have made in my entire life. It was the perfect Reaver family, too. They were so dumb, though. Did you see what they were doing with these bunkers? Why were they getting so close? Marines, even with U-238 shells, should not be able to come close to hitting Reavers shooting a bunker. I mean, come on. I'm furious. All right, after Plasma Shields 2, we'll get armor. We've got +3 coming out. I think once +3 is done, we're going. So in the meantime, we're just gonna like slam out zealots like crazy because mass zealot, like tons and tons of zealots, is just sort of funny to watch them wash over an enemy. It's like fire bats on, I was gonna say fire bats on cocaine, but I mean, you know, you've got the stim pack. Where? Are you kidding me? Get out of there. Where do you think you're going? Well, we've unwittingly gotten pulled into this because there's a bunker up there. Let's just back away. We'll bring Kerrigan with us because why not? Especially if we have enough. Keep getting Dark Templar as well. If we have enough zealots, Kerrigan won't get focused down or anything. He says, hopefully. Considering we almost lost Kerrigan earlier because I forgot there was a tank in another bunker in this base. We're good though. We're good. Let's get some more cannons and shield batteries here. Yeah, keep sending vultures, you idiots. That's what they're best at, right? Vultures, they're so good at getting rid of static defense. Yeah, AI, you just keep thinking that. Ah, that was a waste of money. There you go. Okay, +3, is it done? No, not yet. Let's grab ground armor. Actually, no, let's get shields. We do, oh, it's 400 gas. Jeez, oh man. It's, good for our Archons, and we have a lot of those. All right, get in there. Let's go. I think there's a couple different ways to go. The layout of this map is confusing to me. Okay. The big Z's on their way. Let's go. Okay, rally up here. Lots of zealots. Rally over here. Lots of zealots. To be fair, Firebat's very good against zealots, but it just depends on how many the enemy has. Okay, ground armor. What do we got coming in here? A dropship. Thank you, everyone who just stuck through my 15-minute ramble about owning a pet, which really should not be something super special, but, you know, again, it's new for me. Okay. You must construct additional pylons. Get him! Get this guy. You got plus... Oh, yeah, scanner sweep. Get him. Good work, Dark Templar. Good offense is a good offense. That's what I always say. Is it a good defense? People twist the saying all the time. I thought I was being a little clever because I was saying the same one both times. I guess you say a good offense is a good defense is a good offense. I don't know, man. Luckily, they don't cloak. Is it because we can't make observers? Yeah, look at these bunkers. They're like, yeah, they would. Of course, the player would bring the Reavers that we gave them for free. What they didn't count on was that the player would purposefully kill the Reavers that they received at the beginning of the map. To be honest, I'm sad that I used them in the first place. I rather would have not. Alright, keep the Zealots going, and we're going to start making pylons. And by start, I mean we should have been doing it for a while now. For folks that say that you're a cat person and not a dog person, why? Because I wouldn't say I'm one or the other. I mean, I'm a dog person only because I'm allergic. But I wouldn't say, like, oh, I'm a dog person, even if I wasn't allergic to cats. It's not that I don't like cats, but it's just like, I would like a dog more than a cat. But that doesn't mean I'm not a cat person. You know what I mean? I guess I don't understand this whole, like, you have to pick one or the other. I find that very strange. Yeah, Kerrigan, get him. Okay, get out of there. That's bad news. We're just about there. We're just about there. Just gotta smash through this base and we're there. I think there's the whole right side of the map is like a big Terran base. Okay, just attack up here and here and here. Get him with that soda can opener. Good work, Kerrigan. Where is she? I must have overwritten her hotkey. She's in here, so there she is. Okay. Coolio, we've done it. Good work, Kerrigan. Took a little longer than necessary, probably because I was distracted talking about a woman using her baby as defense against a marauding animal. And I let my Reavers get hurt.
Crystal's here, boys. Send in a probe to gather it up, and our work here is done.
You have done well, Kerrigan. There's more to you than it seems. Perhaps I have misjudged you.
Given our history, I can't say I blame you. Let's just get the job done.
All right, Kerrigan. Yeah, I guess so. Well, we've done it. Well, just a matter of time before Kerrigan ruins all of our plans. Only 23 minutes. Actually, this went a lot faster than I expected. Anytime you have to start with no Nexus, I hate it. Why? All right, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. I have a baby with me.